Hello, good morning, and welcome to yet another episode of the Diaspora Spotlight. My name is Maria Njoroge, and this is the Kenyan Diaspora Media. Today, I have the most interesting person to talk to for this particular segment as he tells us about diaspora banking and international banking. Equity Bank has 6 subsidiaries and a rep office in Ethiopia, and I would like him to tell us a little bit about what Equity Bank is doing to make sure that our diaspora clientele and our diaspora audience have good solutions when it comes to banking.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning. My name is Samuel IRERI. I'm the Group Head of International Banking and Payments. Basically what that means is I take care of anybody who's outside their country for all the 6 subsidiaries that we have and the rep office that we have in Ethiopia. That means that once you step out of your country, then you become my client. So diaspora banking becomes part of that. On the payment side, I take care of remittances, and that means how do we continue to encourage people who are living abroad to continue to invest in their country and continue to do business in their country and actually save and grow themselves. So that is part of our job here. So when we talk about international banking and payments, basically we're talking about diaspora banking and remittances. Of course, you've mentioned we're in 6 subsidiaries, Kenyan being the headquarters of the Equity Group. We also have a rep office in Ethiopia, and I'm pretty sure most of you have looked at the papers too as well. Our shareholders have given us a nod to open a rep office in the UAE, so we're looking forward to that as well.
In 2024, Equity did a tour in the United Kingdom for, I believe, different reasons. You have another tour that's coming up?
Yes, we do have tours that are coming up this summer, and this summer we're targeting actually pretty much all over the world because wherever you go, in the whole world, you'll find we have a client in one of our subsidiaries who lives there. So we want to ensure that all our clients are taken care of. So this summer, we are out there. We're not in the office. We're out there to take care of our diasporans.
What are people looking forward to when it comes to Equity?
Of course, we're starting with the basics. We can never forget the basics, and the basics is banking, and we want to ensure that they have the best banking experience. So when it comes to having the best banking products, so that is your checking accounts, which we call in Kenya the current accounts. We're looking at savings accounts. How do we continue? Now we have Equity Investment Bank. How do we plug that in? We have Equity now. We have our insurance arm. How do we bring that to the people to ensure that they're able to be protected, and not just themselves, but their families that are back home? How do we plug all that in? The other thing too that has been forgotten a lot is diaspora is also segmented. When you look at banking itself, we do have the mass population, the mass affluent. We also do understand that diasporans work very hard when they step outside their country. There is that niche of something called high net worth individuals that has been forgotten as well. So diaspora is so Equity Group is also fill in that space as well to see how do you take care of everybody. Something else that has been forgotten is the youth. We have a lot of youth who are in diaspora. How do we plug them into banking, and how do they continue to feel that they're part of their country? And when I speak about youth, you look at diasporans when they move abroad, they go ahead and start families there. I'll give a good example. For example, in America, you find somebody moved with their kid who was 5 years old. They don't have much memory about Kenya. How do we plug them in to remember their country? We have partnered with a lot of partners who are in the same industries. I'll give you a good example. You find the young generation, here we call them Gen Zs especially, right? Of course, they have gigs that are remote gigs. They might be working in a different country, the employees in a different country, but they work in their home country. How they get paid is the biggest issue. And for us from the bank, traditionally we've wanted to look at your bank statements, wanted to evaluate you on your financial status, but now we have partners that the channels that you get paid through. For example, PayPal is one of our biggest partners, right? So we are able to go ahead and evaluate your financial status through those partners as well. So we come together and we look at you holistically. And one key thing that we set ourselves apart from other banks, we don't look in general, we look at an individual. So if you're coming to request here for a loan, especially even in diaspora, for example, if you're asking for a diaspora loan, we look at you as an individual. We don't generalize because every person has unique needs. So our jobs here is to listen to you, understand your needs. You're the one who knows exactly how your financial path is. We are there to assist and to advise. Yes.
And the last thing I would like to ask is, when we talked about insurance, but what kind of insurance are you looking for in terms of what the diaspora can have? And is that something that can be reflected back home? Like, can you pay for it from there, but pay for someone who's here?
Exactly. So our insurance products are very comprehensive. In particular, when you look at diasporans needs are very different. So part of this trip too, that in this summer that we're going to visit all diasporans, is also to kind of understand them. There's one thing that I've learned in banking, and having worked in different banks abroad, and having been a diasporan myself, is understanding that there's no cookie cutter for products. So every person has unique needs, and part of us is, on our insurance, we are able to customize what you want, and even on the pricing, it doesn't affect your pocket as much because you're able to pick and choose what exactly fits you. So that is something that's unique with our insurance products too as well. Yes.
So if I had never heard about Equity Bank, you're coming to the UK. Yes, my parents are Kenyan, but I was from there, but I still love Kenya. If I didn't know about Equity Bank, how would you say it to me?
So first and foremost, Equity Bank, we have this thing called member. You become a member, right? Karibu member. And one of the key things is every single person is important to us. How the bank started about 40 years ago is we went back to look at why is it that people cannot be banked? And we wanted to bank the unbanked. So that philosophy still lives with us here at Equity Group. And we look at it as, yes, you don't know Kenya, but you feel you're Kenyan, or you know a little bit about Kenya, or you've heard of Kenya. And how does the banking sector itself fill the void of, first and foremost, marketing our country? We are looking at where we are at right now. We know a lot of countries, the administrations, they're looking at remittances to be the big boost. In Kenya, for example, remittances play a big part when it comes to our GDP. How do we continue to boost that? How do you feel that, yes, I can live abroad, I can bank wherever I want in abroad, but when I come back home, I feel I can do exactly the same services. And those services we have, right now, you can still utilize them in wherever you are. For example, you have credit cards. We have good programs for our credit cards, for example. If you're a diaspora and you have one of our credit cards, you can use it wherever you are. We have cards that are multi-currency that you can be able to use. So those are kind of things that we're crafting and saying, it's a global market nowadays, right? You don't have to feel that, oh, because I'm not in Kenya, I cannot use my Kenyan bank to do transactions. We want to open those barriers. And part of that is the partnerships that we've forged. Equity Bank, we boast as one of the greatest banks in the region, in the East African region. So when we talk about understanding our people, we understand that very well. We also have a strategy called our ARRP, which is the African Recovery and Resilience Plan. And what we're looking at that is how can Africa itself be able to take care of its own needs, and its people, wherever they are, they're able to contribute towards the development of Africa.
Whereas the Equity Group headquarters here in Upper Hill, and with me is George MUNGESIA. I want him to convince us today why we should all choose Equity Bank. Specifically, this conversation comes because of a very particular group of people that are Kenyans in the diaspora. These are Kenyans who either have been home and left to other parts of the globe, or have roots here in Kenya but are, in various parts of the country. Money is an integral part of our day-to-day lives, and knowing how you can invest back home so that you can have a place to come back to is important. So welcome, George, and let's talk about equity today.
Thank you, Maria, for having me. And my name is George MUNGESIA, as you said, and I am Product Development and Marketing Manager for Diaspora Banking and Payments. First, let me say it's an honor that Kenyans in the UK came out in large numbers to meet our team. They are very hospitable, and we felt really warm welcome from them. So they came out in large numbers despite it was winter, and we were able to, have meet and greet. We were able to have events together. We had dinners. We had investment meetings, and we were able to support our customers. And out of that, we were able to open accounts for those who did not have accounts. We were able to help others invest even back home through our investment options. So as we speak, a number of them already own homes. courtesy of that visit. And so many others have been able to direct their investments back home in Kenya. So it was really an opportunity for us to get to know each other. And now we want to go back on the second leg of this year, 2025, and say, hey, we are back here because we had an opportunity to interact with you. And this time around, we want to make it even bigger and massive, so that there are those that we were not able to reach out to everyone, of course. But this time around, we really want to have more people and help them, because some are saying, hey, you guys, we were left out in the investment conference that you had. We were left out in the one-on-one. But this time around, we're saying, yes, we hear you and we are coming to serve you. Yeah.
The conversation continues, and with me I have ROSELINE CHEGE from Equity Bank. She will tell us what she does, and there is nothing as exciting as having a lady to talk to that is, an expert in terms of finance, and to tell us about the mortgage and some of the challenges that people in the diaspora face. So welcome, ROSELINE.
My name is ROSELINE CHEGE. I'm an assistant credit manager. So what I would advise our diaspora is that when you decide to take invest back home, it's important for you to define your goal. Do you want to buy a plot or buy a real big house, or a construction, or either in the residential home or apartment for investment purposes? We also have clients who do S-plan projects, where you buy projects that are under construction. So after you define your goal, you can engage us so that we can take you through the process of the mortgage application. So that's why we urge our diaspora, engage us as a bank, and we will help you. We'll take you through the entire process of acquiring a property back home, and even like owning your property where you either earn income from, or you plan to retire to. So thank you. I believe we'll engage when we come over to UK and Germany. We'll engage more, and we'll take you through the process of taking a loan with us. So this types of loans we give is plot purchase. We do mortgages, we do construction loans, and we also do equity release loans. So you're welcome.
Being in different parts of the diaspora means our currencies are different. The way we use the Kenyan shillings here in Kenya, there are some that earn in euros, there are some that earn in sterling pounds, and there are some that earn in dollars. And all these solutions are something that Equity Bank has figured out is a problem, and come up with solutions on how to make sure that despite what currency you earn in, they're actually able to provide a solution for you. I have LAURINE WAMBUI from Equity Bank Kenya that is going to explain how the different currencies are taken care of in Equity Bank.
Once you open a diaspora and savings account or a business account, we are able to open a multi-currency. You can open it in any currency that you want. We have the USD, we have the Euro, we have the GBP, and we have the CAD, as long as you're able to transact with the currency locally. So with that comes with preferential rates. For any transaction above $1,000, we are able to negotiate for you a rate. So you will not get the normal package rate that you'll get out there. So we'll negotiate a rate with you with our treasury regime, and it's going to be suitable to your transaction.
Kenyans in the United Kingdom, Equity Bank is looking forward to talking to you and talking about how these solutions can be tailor-made. Think about all the problems that you're having in terms of mortgaging, in terms of accessing finances, and have your questions ready, and you'll be having experts from this bank to talk to you and address those questions. And if they do not have the products ready, you can give them an appropriate amount of time, because they came to the United Kingdom 6 months ago, and they're coming back with that solution based on the problems that you told them last year you were facing. So they're very forward thinking, and they're very solution oriented, which is what we look forward to bringing you Kenyans in the United Kingdom.